Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another fine episode of Hard in the Paint by yours truly, Theo Butler. We're going to talk today about the Confederate flag. Why, on the day after the 4th of July, am I talking about the Confederate flag? Because it seems that some people are oblivious to the meaning of the Confederate flag. It's a shame because I think we all went to school, high school at least. So I feel some type of way about having to go down the history of the Confederate flag, especially since some of this foolishness is caused by Dylan Roof. You know who Dylan Roof is. No further need to expound upon Dylan Roof. But TV Land just recently did away with the Dukes of Hazzard. I had to talk to my cousin about some of this stuff. Um, Here's what we need to know. One, I watched the Dukes of Hazzard. Phenomenal show. TV Land just pulled it. Um, they just pulled it. A lot of people are up in smoke about this. Bubba Watson, who has the General Lee in his car, is officially saying that, well, Bubba Watson is painting over the rebel flag on the Confederate flag on top of the car with the American flag. Go Bubba! Anyway, a lot of people have become upset about this, including diehard Georgia fans, which makes me almost ashamed to be a Georgia fan. But anyway, I digress. Okay, let's take a look at the Dukes of Hazzard. Phenomenal show, phenomenal writers. Catherine Bach as Daisy. Tom Wopat is one of the Duke boys. Uncle Jesse. This show was phenomenal. But here's what we need to know: the Confederate flag. Got it. Check that off. The General Lee. General Robert E. Lee. Confederate Army. General Robert E. Lee. Check that off. Boss Hall. Boss J.D. Hall, aka Boss Jefferson Davis Hall. President of the Confederate States, Mr. Jefferson Davis. I digress. Okay, listen. I hear people say all the time that, one, they have nothing to apologize for because they didn't own any slaves. They weren't born back then. I hear people say all the time that, African Americans should just get over slavery. African Americans would love to just get past slavery. We would love to forget about it. We would love to just even forget that it even existed. Except you have reminders like this going on and nobody seems to care. When you don't have a problem with the Confederate flag being flown, don't tell another African American to get past slavery. That's a reminder that slavery existed. When shows like the Dukes of Hazzard comes on, and it's watching on TV. First of all, I don't even know how the Dukes of Hazzard made it past the censors back in the day, because they did have offensive terminology on them. But I digress. They made it past the censors. It came on every Friday night at 9 o'clock, and I was one of those several millions of people that watched it. Doesn't mean it was right. It was there. To all of my conservative friends, to all of my ill-informed friends who aren't necessarily conservative friends, stop telling people to get past something when you don't mind reminding them on a daily basis. It's like rubbing salt in an open wound. We just got past segregation 50 some odd years ago, and here you are saying that the Confederate flag should be flown prominently. Nobody should have a problem with it. First of all, they were traitors. The Confederate Army were traitors. They wanted to succeed because they didn't want to obey the rules as set forth by our government, which makes them traitors. I'm sorry, that's exactly what that is. It makes them traitors. So why you root for traitors, I have no idea, because you're the same people, conservative people, that if somebody did something against the American flag today, you would want them dealt with most expediently. I'm out. Not going to talk about the Confederate flag anymore. It is what it is. It should have been gone. Once the Union States won, we shouldn't even be discussing the Confederate flag. But I understand America is one of those countries that likes to hold on to everything, because you have people in power who would like to have seen things go a certain way. I'm going to say this: had the Confederate Army won, the Confederate flag would be hanging would be flying over our nation's capital. If that were the case, I wouldn't be able to post this video. If that were the case, if you're African American descent, you wouldn't be able to watch this video unless you snuck a laptop or a computer, or it was given to you by one of your slave owners. Because you wouldn't own a computer, because you would be a slave. Things would not have changed. Matter of fact, they'd have had the Dukes of Hazzard on, and you wouldn't have been able to watch the TV. You wouldn't have been able to say anything about it. So, and to my conservative friends, that's just the God's honest truth. And you call yourself Christians, and you need to know that that's just the God's honest truth. Had the Confederate flag won, some of your so-called friends that you have that are of mixed ethnicity or are African American, they wouldn't be your friends. You wouldn't be able to have these conversations with them. You wouldn't be able to root for guys that play football on Saturday for your favorite school, because they wouldn't have been allowed education. They would have been turned around. Matter of fact, forget turned around. They wouldn't even been allowed the opportunity to go to college. So y'all think about that the next time that y'all want to start running your mouth about the Confederate flag should still be hanging in the air and everything like that. Some things just don't need an explanation. But this will be my last time giving one on the Confederate flag. Whether you like it or don't like it, whether you want to kick me off your page, whether you want to ban me from being your friend, I really don't care. Sometimes a history lesson is just what it is. And the history lesson that I got about the Confederate flag was not from a historically black college. It was from Mitchell Baker High School in Camilla, Georgia, and it was from Tallahassee Community College in Tallahassee, Florida, and it was from Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida. So the same places you go to get an education are the same places that I went to go get an education. Thank you so much, Union States, for winning. Thank you. Same places you went to go get an education, the same place I learned something about the Confederate flag. Maybe you didn't take U.S. history. Maybe you skipped out. Maybe you weren't paying attention. Maybe you were a C student in U.S. history. Who knows? Could have been like the dude that you supported back in the day. GW. Anyway, I'm out. That's my time. I love you guys. We're going to be doing some more Hard in the Paint. We're going to move away from the political issues, because to be honest with you, I don't really like talking about them. We're going to talk about some relationship things. Yeah. All right. Y'all have a great day. Happy after 4th of July. I'm out. Peace.